Live from Washington, D.C. It's the last honest man in Washington. It's the Kuhner Show. From the Washington Times. From our nation's capital. Live from the belly of the beast. It's Kuhner time.
Welcome to the Kuhner Show on 570 WTNT, the last honest man in Washington. 301-984-9570 is the number. 301-984-9570. My friends, we have a jam-packed, superb show for you today. Later in this hour, Barney Frank demands more powers to the Democrats and to the Obama administration. That's right. The Democrats are saying they don't have enough power on Capitol Hill and in the White House. They want even more. Also, in the next hour, she's back. Hillary Clinton demands that the rich pay their, quote, fair share of taxes. She is now calling for even more taxes to be raised upon the wealthy. Also, the World Cup is here. Do you care? Why does America not care about the World Cup? But first, my friends, the issue of this segment, the issue of this hour, and in many ways, my friends, the economic issue of our time. As the European economies stand on the brink of fiscal and economic ruin, as they are now tottering on the edge of economic collapse. The Greek economy is imploding. Portugal and Spain are now set to fall. The European Union is set to now literally collapse in front of our very eyes. The Eurozone, the economies that are all pegged to the European currency, the euro, is now tearing apart at the seam. And what is now afflicting Europe are record deficits and a soaring public debt that is now threatening to literally drive those countries into bankruptcy. Debt is spreading like a cancer. And now it is here in the United States. Under President Barack Obama, over the last 18 months, he has now doubled and is on the verge of tripling our national debt. Just a few days ago, as I reported on the Kuhner Show, our public national debt crossed the $13 trillion threshold. My friends, that's $13 trillion with a T. By 2015, according to the White House's own budget projections, the total national debt will be nearly $20 trillion in just 5 years. Every economist has said we are now on the road to a debt supercycle. That is a third world level of debt, where the debt is so crippling, it is so massive, that it literally destroys a country's ability to maintain its economic future and economic security. The middle class becomes wiped out. The government has to sue for bankruptcy. Taxes begin to soar. Inflation skyrockets. Interest rates skyrocket. My friends, when you are faced with this kind of a crushing level of debt, there are only two options. Either you raise taxes to such a high degree, to such a crippling degree, that it destroys economic growth. It strangles entrepreneurship. It literally stifles all productivity and innovation in the economy. Or you do what the Federal Reserve has been doing, encouraged by our dear leader, President Obama himself. You print money. You make the debt as valueless as possible, as worthless as possible. But when you print money, my friends, what are you doing? You are destroying the currency of the United States. You are destroying its value and worth. You are creating inflation. Already, signs of inflation are now creeping everywhere. Gas is going up. Food is going up. Basic consumer goods are going up. Now, my friends, let me be perfectly candid with all of you. Are we in a great recession? I don't know. We're only going to find out if we ever get out of this how bad the recession was. Is it like the Great Depression, or is it an exaggeration? Is it an economic crisis, or just a severe recession? We don't know. What we do know is this. America is hurting. We are now in a major economic downturn. We are now in a major recession. We are now facing crippling deficits and debts as far as the eye can see. You would think the government would have a plan. You would think that the dear leader, our con man in chief, would have a plan. You want to see some shocking audio? On Capitol Hill, Ben Bernanke, the chairman of the Federal Reserve. Now remember, he is the most powerful, unelected, unaccountable person in the United States. Everything he's been doing at the Federal Reserve, controlling the money supply, monetary policy, interest rates, fiscal policy, all of this has been done in close coordination and tandem with the Obama economic team. They have been working together, if that's the right word, hand in glove. And so now, he is up on Capitol Hill. Ben Bernanke is testifying. He is the administration's point man on the economy. He is their guru on the economy. He is the one, along with tax cheat Tim Geithner, that the Obama administration, that the dear leader said were indispensable to restoring economic growth. That's why Obama said he must be reappointed as chair of the Federal Reserve. He's the indispensable man in Washington. That was Obama's argument. Bernanke is in front of the House Budget Committee. And he is asked, well, do you have a strategy? Does the administration have a strategy to get us out of this fiscal mess? To get us out of this economic mess? And you know what his answer is? Well, Obama has appointed a deficit commission. A commission to look into the deficit and what's the best way to tackle it. And apparently Wisconsin Republican Congressman Paul Ryan is on that commission. So they're going to come back with a report later this year. But outside of this commission, we don't have a strategy. Here is Ben Bernanke, in his own words. My friends, think about it. We're in the midst of an economic crisis. People are losing their jobs. People are losing their homes. People are losing their livelihoods. They have now mortgaged the future of our children and grandchildren under a mountain of red ink, under a mountain of debt, crippling the very foundations of our future as a nation. And they're asked, do you have a strategy? And his answer, there's nothing on the table at this point. Ray, roll clip 1, baby.
The United States government, the fiscal authorities have to have a strategy for exiting from your fiscal policy.
And do you right now see any exit strategy, fiscal exit strategy out of the United States Congress?
Well, we have this deficit commission that Mr. Ryan is on and Mr. Spratt. But and I hope that they'll come up with some good recommendations. But right now,